Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to yet another video. I am the Skeptic, and I've been looking at some of the videos of Baseball Lesson Access, which is one of the main reasons I got into baseball in the first place. I am a cricket fan. I believe I'm officially a baseball fan too, because I've been getting into baseball for a long time. I've been watching baseball for a long time now. I learned a lot of baseball. I watched a lot of baseball from this particular channel, and I was looking at some of these recent uploads. I've noticed that they don't post as frequently as they used to, because they were posting like pretty more frequently, like significantly more frequently last time. Okay, maybe not, just hallucinating. But anyway, there was one particular video that did catch my attention. Yes, this one, the greatest in baseball history, and they have Shohei Ohtani's picture. I have to watch that, and it's 14 minutes, and they dropped only 8 days ago, so I'll probably watch it later, not right now. Let it get more views and something. I don't want to affect them in any way. So one video that caught my attention more than that one is this particular one. Dodgers are about to take over baseball, and this happened 1 year ago. The point of recording this video is July 18th, 2026. So this came out around that time, or maybe a little before that time last year, right? And this happened before Dodgers winning the previous World Series. Dodgers won the previous World Series, and they are actually on a winning streak on this World Series as well. They have more wins than any other teams in the current MLB table in the corresponding league at this point of recording this video. So that would be about, let's see, where are Dodgers? National League West, 62 wins and 36 losses. And they're doing so well. I just reacted to a match against Dodgers and Yankees, between Dodgers and Yankees. So they were true. They kind of are a prophet. They made a prediction and it is coming true. For what reason, I'm not quite sure. That is Shohei Ohtani, and they did get Rocky Sasaki. He was not doing great. Rocky Sasaki was not doing that great last season. And this season seems like more of a redemption arc for him. He's doing much better than he did used to when he actually entered the Dodgers. So everything is going really well for the Dodgers. Freeman is doing really well. A lot of players are doing really well. Munchie, he did a phenomenal job in the last match against the Yankees. So what's happened here? Is there a secret sauce that we are missing? What did they do? And they knew it even prior to all those. How did you know about that?
The Dodgers have a plan.
Let's see what their plan is. Without no further ado, let's get.
And it's going to take decades, but if it works, they'll be the best team, the richest team, a global brand, and potentially the most valuable franchise in sports. And some people...
Why? How?
People are panicking.
Baseball is going to allow this? This is why baseball has got to have a salary cap. I mean, this is why the sport's a joke.
The Dodgers spent over $1 billion last offseason, more than any...
$1 billion? $1 billion? That's enough to make a person a billionaire.
Other team in history, and it worked. A former MVP played hurt. Their current MVP played hurt. They had 14 key pitchers who were unavailable throughout the playoffs. Only one of their 5 starters going into the year is healthy enough to pitch right now, yet they just won the World Series and did it easily. The Dodgers were hands down the best team in baseball this year, but next year, they legitimately might be 2 times better. Shohei Ohtani is going to pitch again. Their other injured pitchers are going to pitch again. It's possible the best pitcher in Japan is going to be a Dodger next year. And now there's even reports that Juan Soto could be going to Los Angeles. And it's driving some people crazy. So people are calling for a salary cap for the
Yankees are getting mad. Honestly, I'm
first
a fan
time
of
in
that.
MLB history. Pitcher Miles Michaelis called the Dodgers' new strategy, quote, checkbook baseball, and many commentators are saying it's...
Shohei Ohtani just hit the most dangerous precedent in American sports history with his contract deferral and potentially ruined the competitive balance of the game. I don't understand. Any team could have gotten him, and there is talent all across the country, right? Not just Japan. America, they have significantly better talent, I'm assuming, because it is more popular over there.
It's ruining the game. But the Dodgers formula is way more complicated than that. In the past 20 years, their franchise value has increased by an insane 1,089%. But still, they're far behind the Yankees when it comes to value. They're the second most valuable sports franchise in the
in the world?
Right behind
You gotta be shitting me. I thought football was the most popular franchise. Did I actually get it wrong?
Value. They're the second most valuable sports franchise in the world. Right behind them are the
You gotta be kidding me, man. Let's look at Grok. I don't believe that most valuable uh in the world. Oh, you gotta be shitting me. Okay, let me just pause. Okay, here we go. Tell me, Grok. Dallas Cowboys are the most valuable sports franchise in the world. Dallas Cowboys NFL. Okay, according to Forbes' latest valuations as of late 2025, they are worth 13 billion, marks the first sports team to hit that threshold. Jesus Christ, I thought it was soccer. So baseball is making significantly more money than soccer. I had no idea. Okay, 1.2 billion dollars operating income. 13 billion. Okay. Los Angeles Rams, New York Giants, Real Madrid. So our list is nowhere over there, right? Dallas Cowboys, New York Yankees. Alright, Yankees is also not there. It's all NFL and NBA, isn't it? Real Madrid. Did I get it wrong? Or has the statistics changed since? One of them must be true, isn't it? So let's look at Gemini, probably. I'm so sorry. I want to know this for a fact because my perception was different though. Dallas Cowboys. I gotta watch a bit of NFL. It was one of the craziest things that I watched. NFL. Yeah. That's the craziest sport I've seen. Probably. Even better than UFC. Okay. Maybe they have changed it. Maybe statistics, the results are consistent. So I believe. Maybe at that point of time, it could have been the case, but sure.
Warriors and the Patriots. Each of them had one dynasty that took them from average value to being tied for the third most valuable franchise ever, but neither can surpass the Yankees. The Patriots and Warriors are built on one dynasty. The Yankees have done that like 6 different times. They had a dynasty in the 20s, then again in the 40s, in the 50s and the 60s, and once again in the mid-90s. They are a generational brand built on decades of dominance. But years ago, the Dodgers set out on a mission to surpass the Yankees in value by creating their own dynasty. And right now, it's working. In Game 1 of the World Series, the Dodgers were in trouble. Yankees ace Garrett Cole was cruising. The Dodgers only had 2 hits through 5 innings. The Yankees went up, and the Dodgers had no answer. However, an Ohtani double and Bet sac fly salvaged the game. Tied 2-2, this game went into extras. The Dodgers threatened, but after this pop-up, the Yankees have 2 outs. They just need 1 more out to win this game. They intentionally walked Mookie Betts to face Freddie Freeman, who isn't even supposed to be walking. On the last week of the year, he did this. He was supposed to miss 4 to 6 weeks, but missed 1 week before returning. He's playing through the pain even though he's still in a walking boot. He's been taping his ankle over his cleat. Routine plays like this have left him in extreme
That's gonna
pain.
mess your
After
ankle
this
up,
play,
man.
the Dodgers had to do a mound visit just to give him time to rest. The Dodgers already forced him to miss a game this postseason because he was so limited. He has 0 power or speed. He hasn't hit an extra inning base hit in a month. But down by 1, down to their last out on the very first pitch he sees.
Wow.
This was the first walk-off grand slam in World Series history. The only other time in history a player hit a walk-off homer down to their last out and losing the game was over 30 years ago. He was also on the Dodgers. It also happened in Game 1. He was also famously injured and could not walk, and somehow both these home runs were hit at 8:37 p.m. local time. The Dodgers continue to dominate. They went up 3-0 in the series. When the Yankees finally thought they had a chance going up 5-0 in Game 5, a routine fly ball to Aaron Judge was dropped. A few minutes later, a ground ball to the shortstop was botched. Then, only needing one more out, Garrett Cole got Mookie Betts to roll over and forgot to cover first. In one of the biggest single-inning collapses in World Series history, the Yankees allowed 5 unearned runs, blew a 5-0 lead in one inning, went from a 96% chance win probability to losing. As the Dodgers won their second World Series in 5 years.
Second World Series in 5 years? Okay. Okay, what? 26 National League pennants. Jesus Christ. Okay. 2024 defeated New York Yankees. 2025 defeated Toronto Blue Jays. Yes, that was traumatizing. Jesus, and still they're leading. Fuck. Is it gonna be the hat trick win? 3 consecutive wins. I don't know if I want to support the Dodgers anymore just because of the fact that they feel like they're unstoppable right now. Because there's always that leniency towards supporting the underdogs, right? Are they that unstoppable because they have... But Yankees are still worth more, right? Dodgers had a better strategy, so it's not their fault.
Winning 3 championships in 5 years is the definition of a sports dynasty for many. So under that definition, the Dodgers were already close to being a dynasty. In the past 12 years, they've made the playoffs 12 times, more than any other team, won their division
12 times.
more than any other team, had the best record in baseball 4 times, more than any other team, had the best ERA in baseball 4 times, more than any other team, and made the World Series 4 times. That's more than any other team. However, the Dodgers were never able to surpass the Astros' success during this decade and disappointed in the playoffs year after year, meaning they were never able to actually achieve dynasty level status, which in MLB is basically impossible. It's been over 2 decades since a team was able to win just 2 World Series in a row. In the past decade, 14 different teams have made
that's what you call dynasty.
9 different teams have won the World Series. That's more than any other sport. The last true dynasty were these legendary Yankees teams who won 4 World Series in 8 years. That dynasty started almost 30 years ago. Even the Giants, who won 3 in 5 years, weren't even good enough to make the playoffs in the 2 seasons where they didn't win it. The Dodgers, however, are about to become more dominant than both these teams, and this new dynasty started last offseason when they gave the best player in baseball $700 million. The biggest
Why is it about money though? It's about talent, isn't it?
contract in sports history. $700 million is more than the value of entire sports franchises. The Dodgers gave it to one player. It is $274 million more than the second largest contract in MLB. For any other team at any other time in MLB history, this would be risky.
So they're spending all the money on getting better players. That seems like the right idea to me.
You get the best player in baseball, but he's injured. And after spending $700 million, you don't have any other money left to give to other players. But for the Dodgers, in some sick and twisted way, giving $700 million to Shohei is actually going to allow them to spend more money. Because just 1 week after signing Shohei, they gave Yoshinobu Yamamoto $325 million, the biggest pitching contract ever, completing step 1 of their plan, taking over Japan. Baseball is likely more popular in Japan right now.
Oh, yeah, that's why I was wondering. All the Japanese players are going towards Dodgers.
Game in Japan in 2023 got over 60 million viewers in Japan. That is more than the most watched World Series game in history. 36 million watched them play in an exhibition game. Shohei Ohtani is literally the most famous person in Japan right now. Yamamoto was on pace to become hands down the most decorated Japanese pitcher in history. Now, both are on the Dodgers, instantly turning the entire country of Japan, a population of 125 million people,
I'm starting to
into
get it now.
die-hard Dodgers fans. Just this year, the Dodgers got 12 new team sponsors. All 12 are Japanese countries. They
Wow.
generated an extra $50 million in sponsorships just from Japan. Ohtani's first game as a Dodger got 17 million viewers in Japan, 37 times more viewers than it got in America. This game got more viewers in Japan than the World Series got in America.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Despite all these games airing at 9 a.m. in Japan, a
Jesus
Dodgers
Christ. I'm starting to get it now. I'm starting to get it now. My most popular video on YouTube that I did is a reaction to a game of regarding Dodgers from the Baseball Doesn't Exist, I believe.
got 14
The same
million
channel.
viewers in Japan. That's more than the game got in America. A Dodgers
The views were
NLCS game got
significantly
12
higher than the
million
other
in
ones.
Japan. That's more than it got
I
in
was
America.
wondering
The World
why.
Series
This makes
got
sense
50
now.
million in
So many
Japan.
fans from
Even
Japan.
that was slightly more than it got in America. One report says that with ticket sales, merchandise, sponsorships, etc., Ohtani made the Angels $70 million in
Even my dog
2023
agrees.
before he threw a single pitch. The Dodgers, who have a significantly richer history, bigger fan base, bigger brand, and just won a World Series, realistically could have doubled the $70 million the Angels made, easily covering the $70 million a year salary they pay Shohei before he threw a single pitch. The craziest part is the Dodgers didn't even pay Shohei Ohtani $70 million.
What?
They paid him $2 million. But before we get to that, a quick
Okay, what?
word from today's sponsor. Believe it or not, flavored air
But they don't
is
have
becoming
to
the
at
leading
this
alternative to vaping
point.
and smoking, and it's
Do I have to? I'm gonna have to skip through this one. Sorry. A jump ahead button.
make someone's holiday
All right.
unforgettable.
Try it out. It's
Do
pretty
it
good.
right now.
Maple pepper,
Draymond Green
my
signed a
favorite
contract
flavor.
That was
Yeah.
$12 million less than he was worth, so the Warriors could have the money to sign KD, and their dynasty got 2 more rings. Business Insider estimates Tom Brady took $60 million in pay cuts throughout his career, so the Patriots could sign more players and continue their dynasty. Ohtani did this in a way that's way more controversial. According to his 10-year, $700 million contract, Ohtani should be getting paid $70 million a year until 2034.
Very interesting.
However, he decided to defer 97% of it, meaning instead of getting paid $70 million a year for the rest of his contract, he will get paid $2 million a year for the rest of his contract. And once his contract
What? What?
ends in 2034, then the Dodgers will start paying him, making $68 million a year for 10 years starting
Is it like a retirement plan?
2034. This saves the Dodgers a ton of money. Because of inflation, $70 million will be worth a lot less in 10 years than it is today. The
Why did he
Dodgers
do
are
that, though?
saving $24 million a year
Why did
by
Ohtani
being
do that?
able to
Yeah,
defer
that
this
does not
money.
make
This
any sense
extra
at all.
$24 million is enough to pay the salaries of some of the best players in baseball. Theoretically,
Okay, so he was being a good guy. Shohei Ohtani was just being a good guy. I don't want to have this money. I just want to make a better team. I want to play in a better team.
the Dodgers
Alright.
could use it to pay
He's a good
Fernando
guy. He's a smart
Tatis,
guy.
Chris
And he's
Sale,
kind
even
too.
Ronald Acuna
That's a lot of money
Jr.
he
makes less than
did
$24
differ.
million a year. But the biggest benefit for the Dodgers is that $70 million is no longer on their actual payroll. MLB has a
Yes.
competitive balance tax. If a team's payroll goes over $241 million, they
Okay.
get penalized. This
Oh, you
is
said
put in
so.
place to stop rich teams like the Dodgers from spending an ungodly amount of money, getting every single good player to come to their team and win the
Yeah.
World Series every year because no one else
That is
can
a
spend as
beatdown.
much
That's
as them.
brutal. That
These
shouldn't be the
penalties
case.
Can become massive. Any dollar a team spends over $241 million gets taxed 20%. However, if you exceed this limit 2 years in a row, you get taxed 30%. And if you pass this limit 3 years in a row or more, you get taxed 60%. On top of that, if you pass this threshold by more than 20 million, you add another 12% surcharge. If you pass it by 40 million, there's a 42.5% surcharge. If you go over by 60 million, there is a 60% surcharge. That's on top of the 20 to 60% tax you already paid. Having to pay Ohtani 70 million while also having to pay 39, etc., pretty much guarantees the Dodgers will be over this tax every single year by a ton. Meaning, if they wanted to sign Corbin Burns this offseason,
But what I don't understand is, if Yankees have more money than the Blue Jays, can they not make better deals than the Blue Jays? Even now, why are they not doing that?
$250 million contract would actually cost the Dodgers $500 million. A team could sign Max Fried for $170 million this offseason. The Dodgers would have to pay $340 million. Juan Soto is projected to sign for over $600 million. If the Dodgers wanted Juan Soto, they'd have to pay over $1 billion on just one player. This would essentially eliminate the Dodgers from signing any big-named free agent. However, thanks to Ohtani deferring 97% of his contract, only $46 million of his $70 million contract actually counts towards this threshold. On top of that, Mookie Betts deferred $115 million, Freddie Freeman deferred $57 million, Will Smith deferred
Everyone is doing the same thing. So they just want a better team.
$50 million of his contract, saving the Dodgers millions, and avoided a 42% tax altogether by doing this. So after being the first team in history to sign the number 1 and number 2 free agents in the same offseason, they were also somehow able to afford all-star pitcher Tyler Glasnow, as well as all-star left fielder Teoscar Hernandez on top of that. He also, by the way, agreed to defer some money. So even while having the highest spending offseason in history and having all of these massive contracts, the Dodgers somehow, technically, only had the 5th largest payroll in baseball this season because of referrals. This doesn't mean the Dodgers can avoid taxes altogether. They will be over the first threshold for years to come. They're used to this. From 2021 to 2023, they were over it every year and paid a combined $84.5 million in taxes. Even with the deferrals
so many
this
big
season,
numbers.
they had to spend $88 million in taxes this season alone. Yes, the Dodgers spent more money in taxes to MLB than the Athletics spent on their entire roster combined. But the Dodgers
Athletics? Oh man.
afford to do this. They've led the league in attendance 10 years in a row. They've virtually sold the same amount of tickets this season than the entire first year of the Taylor Swift Eras tour. They have a TV deal worth $8 billion. They make $334 million a year just from showing their games on TV. Their TV deal is so massive because they're in LA. Being in Los Angeles brings them a ton of extra revenue because LA is the second largest market in America with a population of 12.5 million people. On top of that, they just unlocked a new market in Japan. It has 125 million people, 10 times more than Los Angeles. The Dodgers also just won a World Series. According to research done by Sabre, a team in a massive market like the Dodgers likely makes over $100 million when they win a World Series. But this is based on MLB revenues from 15 years ago. MLB revenue has doubled since then. So, based on that, the Dodgers could have made an extra $200 million plus from winning the World Series this year. Meaning, this offseason, like last offseason, the Dodgers have a ton of money to spend. Out of the top 5 free agent pitchers, the Dodgers are listed as potential suitors for all of them. They are most likely going to get one, if not multiple, of these 5 pitchers. And perhaps the most frightening option is Roki Sasaki. He's thrown the
This is way before he got in the team.
Fastest pitch in Japanese history. Had an ERA
Very
under 2
nice.
at 19 years old. At 20 years old, he threw a perfect game with 19 strikeouts and struck out 13 batters in a row. It's
Wow.
known as arguably the best pitch game in Japanese history. And his
These guys are a prophet, man. You should write an algorithm or something.
very next start, he threw 8 more perfect innings before being pulled for having a high pitch count. His insane numbers still aren't quite as dominant as Yamamoto's were, but he's only 23 years old. Now he wants to come to MLB. If you leave
Right.
Japan before 25 years old, you are required
He already
to
did.
get paid a league minimum salary with a signing bonus that can't exceed somewhere around $6 million. Sasaki is worth around $300 million in the open market, but whoever gets him will only pay around $6 million, making him by far the best value deal this offseason. If Sasaki's team allows him to go to MLB, all 30 teams will want him, but all 30 teams have to offer him basically the same contract, meaning
Right.
his decision is strictly based on what team he would like to play for the most. If he goes to
Exactly,
the
and he made his choice.
Dodgers, he will make significantly more off the field money compared to any other team. He will be able to play with 2 of his Team Japan teammates and have a
Right.
chance to win a World
Otani.
Series right away. If Sasaki comes to MLB this
Yamamoto.
offseason, in all likelihood, he's going to the Dodgers. The Dodgers could get a $300 million pitcher for the price of a utility player, leaving them with money to spend on another
So
free
much
agent. They
money,
could
man. I can't
easily
even
sign
fathom
2 of the
these
top
numbers.
5 free agent pitchers this offseason because everyone wants to go to LA. Last offseason, the Giants and Blue Jays
Sure, tennis can propose the same structured deal that the Dodgers accepted to at least 3 players. Other teams, Aiden Gonzalez and Jeff Passan. Blue Jays and Giants accepted while Angels declined.
gave Otani the same
okay.
offer as the Dodgers. He chose LA. The Mets gave
Right.
Yamamoto the same offer as the Dodgers. He chose LA.
Wow.
Less than an hour after losing the World Series, Juan Soto said, quote, "It's a tough game to be my last. I'm available to all 30 teams." This is just common
Wow.
sense negotiating that every player does. Make it clear you're willing to go to another team, even if you aren't, putting pressure on your current team to make the best offer possible.
Exactly.
However, Dodgers free agents seem to want to stay in LA so bad, they're doing the opposite. Free agent Jack Flaherty said, "I never want to leave," multiple times. Teoscar Hernandez was
Right.
in tears at the parade, later saying, quote, "I'm going to do everything in my power
To remain
come
with the
back."
Dodgers,
Walker
yes.
Buehler says he wants to stay in LA as long as they'll have him. These guys are voluntarily giving up leverage to stay on the Dodgers.
Exactly, and
The
they
Red
have
Sox
deferred so
closer,
much money,
Kenley
right? Saving Dodgers a lot of cost.
Jansen has
As
been
well.
publicly stating he wants to return to LA where his career started. Corbin Burns, the #1 free agent after Soto, has tweeted 6 times in his life. After the Dodgers won the World Series, he made this cryptic tweet, making it seem like he wants to play for the Dodgers, who are 100 miles from where he grew up. They have unlimited money, yet players are willing to defer money or even take less money just
Right.
to play there. And the scariest part is, without money or any of these expensive players, they'd probably still be World Series contenders. Because when it comes to analytics, evaluating talent, developing talent, and taking terrible players and turning them into all-stars, the Dodgers are probably the best. Max Muncy was a career 195
Yeah.
hitter.
Yeah.
He got cut
Yeah.
by the A's, came to LA, and became an all-star. Chris
Right? He just did the really well. He just hit a home run in the previous match that I saw against Yankees and did a
Taylor
really
had
good
an
catch.
OPS under 600 on the Mariners, came to LA, became an all-star. David Price was old and washed up. He went to the Dodgers, they changed his pitching style, put him
Wow.
in the bullpen, and he had a
So it's not just money.
2.45 at 30.
They got really good training too.
Blake Trident was released, came to LA, became an all-star. This year, Michael Kopech had a 4.74 ERA on the White Sox. He came to the Dodgers, they adjusted his pitch usage, and he put up a 1.13 ERA. Ryan
Wow.
Brazier, Anthony Banda, Evan Phillips, Alex
Yeah, maybe it is ultimately money.
Vesia were all
Because the
terrible
training
for
that
other
they're
teams,
getting-
were either released or traded by those teams, all came to LA, and all had ERAs at 3 or below this season. The Dodgers are basically the Moneyball A's with $1 billion, playing in the biggest market in MLB with arguably the best player in baseball history, as well as 3 other MVPs, and are looking to add even more. Their dynasty is just beginning.
I don't like this. That's coming straight out of my mouth. Who's been supporting Dodgers for a bit? Look at the cap. I don't know if you can see the cap in the background, but there's a cap over there that actually says Dodgers. Okay, you cannot see that. I had to pick it up, but actually it does say Dodgers. But I don't like the idea of a business being a monopoly, and this is what is happening over here, isn't it? Also, I cannot say for sure that Dodgers did by money because they clearly got strategy. Some players who were released from the other teams, as they have mentioned towards the end, they came like Max Muncy per se, came to Dodgers. They gave him better training and they made him better. This could also be because of money, because better money means better training equipment, more comfort to the players, and all those things which could ultimately affect their performance in the game. That could actually be the case too. And can't the other baseball teams do the same, but with less money? I'm not quite sure. But also, they're not the richest team still, and they do have a cap on how much they have to spend. The thing is, they have strategy. They had a really good strategy, and now currently they are dominant, and they are continuing with that strategy. So initially, I believe they got the edge just because of their strategy, but now they have the strategy and they have an incredibly good team and the support of a lot of people, which makes them even more dangerous. And that kind of scares me a little bit because I don't know, with that kind of strategy and with a lot of money, can any other team supersede them? Maybe the Yankees because they got more money, but what about the other teams though? The teams at the bottom of the table, right? And they were mentioning that the athletes, right? The whole roster of athletes, where are they? Athletics, sorry. The whole roster of athletics costed less than the taxes that they paid for a particular season or something. MLB paid for a season or something. So that is kind of bad though, right? Blue Jays have a really good roster, but what happened to them, man? They got money too. Royals and Angels. That's what I'm concerned about. All these smaller teams, right? If teams like Yankees and I mean specifically Dodgers try to get all these players by using money just because of the power that they're getting from the money, then the smaller teams don't even stand a chance, do they? There has to be some way to even the playing field. I don't want them to become a monopoly, even though I really like the Dodgers. I like Rocky Sasaki, I like Shohei Ohtani, and all these players just want to remain in LA. There's an emotional sentiment to there as well. Maybe because they know that they will ultimately win if they're staying with the Dodgers, or it could be because that they actually genuinely like being in the Dodgers. Either way, that is making Dodgers more rich and probably the best team that could ever exist. I don't know what to think about this. Comments? The lore is so complex that I'm starting to believe this sport exists. Okay, I see what you did there. Baseball does exist. Okay, right, fair enough. I got it. It's like John Cena, right? You can't see me. Yeah, you do exist. What's next? Birds are real? Get a grip, man. Okay. It's so sad when they went out. You don't need to say it twice. It's more real than One Piece. It's more real than One Piece. Okay. Okay. Alright. I see what you did there too. Who's here after the Dodgers win 2025 World Series? And they're doing incredibly well in 2026. Who's here after the 2026? When they've been doing really incredibly well in the 2026. They're the lead with the maximum number of wins compared to any other team on the league, any of the leagues. Dodgers are doing more to promote the game than Manfred. Yeah, that's also true though. They singularly have the dominance of the Asian playing field, Japan specifically. That's also true, isn't it? I mean, Indians are technically Asians too, so I do have a bit of a leniency because there are a lot of Asian players in Dodgers. I mean, 3 Asian players, right? And Blue Jays also have 1 Asian player, if I remember correctly. Uh, I don't know. I'm in Tokyo right now. Otani's face is everywhere. I've seen him promoting 4 different products and services today alone. So much money going into all these things. So, but I don't feel really bad about Otani getting that much attention, because if it is been any other player, I would have felt a little bit jealous and envy. But since it is Otani, I don't feel that bad because he's a good guy. He's not an egoistic person. He gets hit in the face by some pitcher and he just walks it off. He doesn't even care. His smile is beautiful. Otani gets furious. You know this video that I'm getting recommended, Otani getting furious, and it is getting 1.7 million clicks. And it was uploaded 3 weeks ago because people don't expect Otani to go angry. He's never angry. So it feels like they made the right person famous, right? Otani is the right person to go famous compared to most other players over there who will probably have an ego or a money mind or anything like that, which this guy does not have. So I'm happy with, somebody will ultimately get attention. I'm happy that it is Otani getting the attention right now. And the Asian market is huge, man. The population is huge, and Tokyo is like the most populous city, if I'm not wrong. So, yeah, it's a bloodbath. It's a dominance. It's a monopoly. And the thing is, the Blue Jays do have monopoly over Canada, but there are not a lot of people in Canada, are they? Are there? Okay. How many people are there in Canada? 5,000? I don't know, 10,000? It's the population of Canada. And then here after Dodgers signed Kyle Tucker. Actually, there might be more population in India that is actually being born every day compared to the whole population of Canada. What is actually the population of Canada? I want to know. It's a wonderful video from Baseball Doesn't Exist, and they are prophets. They are literal prophets. They predicted everything from them getting Rocky Sasaki, them winning the 2024. They were aware of 2025 elections, and their winning streak does continue. So they made a lot of right predictions, and all of them are coming true. They are so good. The best baseball channel out there. Maybe apart from, you know what? Yeah, MLB is funded by big corporation. I'm pretty sure about that. But this people, I don't know who these are, who started this, or whether there's a corporation or something behind them. But they do a phenomenal job. Their research is wonderful. Please subscribe to them if you do like baseball. You get really fun content, and they don't, over saturate your feed with like a lot of videos per day like I do with my reaction videos. So you don't get brain rot. You just got well polished, refined content. And they put a like recent video. If you would like to watch it, go and watch it right now. I'll probably not react to it right now because it's kind of a recent video and I wanted to get as much attention as possible, not that I could steal any attention from them. So yeah, they're a pretty big channel and they're doing everything that they can to put the best videos out there. So yeah, respect for that. Okay, Canada population is 41.4 million to 41.5 million. Okay, what about Japan? uh 122.4, 122. So that's like about 3 times, right? Yeah, 3 times. I understand why. And also, like, it's Los Angeles Dodgers. A lot of people are supporting Dodgers from America too, and they're also getting the whole audience of Japan. So I understand why it is grossing so much. I don't know how to feel about this video. I mean, the video is really good. I don't know how to feel about the verdict of this video. I don't know how to feel about Dodgers after watching this. I mean, Dodgers is a really good team, but I don't like the strategy that they're taking in a long run. It is bad for the smaller teams, so I want them to have a chance as well. Just like, the team in Moneyball, just like the team in Major League, just like the team in probably any other baseball movie that I might watch in future, who would be in the spotlight, because they have to come from the bottom, right? I wish there was an equal way of dividing money. Okay, anyway, that's it for this reaction. I thoroughly enjoyed this video, and I'm a bit concerned about Dodgers as well, because they having to maintain this dominant winning streak might actually be unfair a little bit. But yeah, they did the right thing. They did not do anything wrong. They had a beautiful strategy. They got all the right players, and the players are also really wanting to stay in there. That's like an emotional investment there as well, I believe. So they did a wonderful thing, an unbreakable wall that they've created. Like Christopher Nolan says, unstoppable force and immovable objects right there in that particular team, which is bad for the other team. So I believe that there's some way to like let other teams also get a good amount of reach as well, which might be. I don't want that though. That's the only thing that I don't want. Smaller teams should also be able to make it. Okay, that's it for this reaction. There's something to ponder about afterwards. I'll think about this. Alright, that'll be this first video. Thanks so much for watching. And I'll see you guys next video. Good night and goodbye. Any other videos that you want me to react to, let me know in the comment section below. I'll definitely take a look, and I'll see you guys next video. Good night and goodbye.